Did you know that some comfort foods you've enjoyed for years, like liver heart or tripe, could be quietly harming your heart? These dishes, often praised as nutrient-dense and hearty, may hide a dangerous truth. Organ meats can act like a cholesterol time bomb, slowly building up in your arteries and raising your risk of serious heart problems. Picture this: you're savoring a plate of liver and onions, a family favorite you've eaten for decades, believing it's boosting your strength. But a routine checkup reveals your arteries are starting to clog. What's going on inside your body? How can a food so rich in nutrients be a threat to your heart? If you're over 60, this is a question that could change the way you eat. Today, we're diving into the surprising connection between animal organ meats and your heart health. We'll explore why these foods, despite their nutritional benefits, can increase your risk of atherosclerosis, a silent condition that narrows your arteries and threatens your vitality. Backed by insights from leading US experts, we'll uncover the facts, debunk myths, and share practical steps to keep your heart strong. Whether you're a fan of organ meats or just curious about protecting your health, this video is for you. Let's get started and take control of your heart health together. Let's start with a question that might surprise you. Is all cholesterol bad for your health? The answer isn't as simple as you might think. While cholesterol is essential for building cells and hormones, the type found in organ meats like liver, heart, kidneys, and tripe can pose a significant risk to your heart, especially as you age. The cholesterol breakdown. Organ meats are nutritional powerhouses packed with vitamins A, B12, iron, and zinc. But they also contain extraordinarily high levels of cholesterol, particularly low-density lipoprotein, LDL, often dubbed bad cholesterol. According to the American Heart Association, a single 3-ounce serving of beef liver contains about 330 milligrams of cholesterol, exceeding the daily recommended limit of 300 milligrams for most adults. Compare that to a 3-ounce serving of skinless chicken breasts, which has just 85 milligrams, or a salmon fillet with only 60 milligrams, and the contrast is striking. To understand why this matters, let's break down cholesterol types. Your body has two main kinds: HDL, or good cholesterol, which acts like a cleanup crew, removing excess cholesterol from your arteries, and LDL, which can stick to artery walls, forming plaques. Over time, these plaques harden and narrow your arteries, leading to a condition called atherosclerosis. The Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health notes that elevated LDL levels are a primary driver of heart disease, which remains the leading cause of death in the US, claiming over 600,000 lives annually. So, how does the cholesterol in organ meats affect your body? When you eat foods high in cholesterol, your liver absorbs a portion of it, adding to the cholesterol your body naturally produces. While your liver typically adjusts by producing less cholesterol, consistently eating cholesterol-rich foods can overwhelm this balance, raising blood LDL levels. A 2020 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets high in cholesterol-heavy foods, including organ meats, increased LDL cholesterol by 10 to 15% over 6 months, even in healthy adults. Not everyone responds the same way, though. Some people, known as hyperresponders, experience sharper LDL spikes from dietary cholesterol. For older adults, this risk is amplified. The National Institutes of Health explains that after age 60, cholesterol metabolism slows, and the liver becomes less efficient at clearing excess cholesterol, allowing LDL to accumulate more easily in the bloodstream. Organ meats under the microscope. Let's look at specific organ meats. Beef liver, a popular choice, contains about 330 milligrams of cholesterol per 3-ounce serving, along with 5 grams of saturated fat, which also raises LDL. Beef heart, while leaner, still has around 200 milligrams of cholesterol per serving. Kidneys and tripe aren't far behind, with cholesterol levels ranging from 150 to 250 milligrams per 3 ounces. Even small portions can quickly add up, especially if organ meats are a regular part of your diet. The American Heart Association emphasizes that dietary cholesterol has a more significant impact on blood cholesterol than previously thought, particularly for older adults and those with existing heart risks. A 2019 meta-analysis in Circulation reviewed data from over 30,000 participants and found that consuming just 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol daily was associated with a 17% higher risk of cardiovascular disease and an 18% higher risk of premature death. Organ meats also contain saturated fats, which compound the problem. Saturated fats prompt your liver to produce more LDL, amplifying the effects of dietary cholesterol. For example, a 3-ounce serving of liver pat, often made with butter or cream, can contain up to 8 grams of saturated fat, nearly half the daily limit recommended by the dietary guidelines for Americans. Beyond cholesterol and fats, organ meats can be high in purines, which break down into uric acid and may contribute to inflammation, further stressing your arteries. While purines are more closely linked to gout, chronic inflammation can exacerbate atherosclerosis. According to a 2021 study in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology. So what does this mean for you? Organ meats aren't inherently bad, but their high cholesterol and saturated fat content make moderation essential, especially for those over 60. If you enjoy liver or heart, limit portions to 2 to 3 ounces once a week, and pair them with cholesterol-lowering foods like oats, beans, or leafy greens, which are rich in soluble fiber. Fiber binds cholesterol in your gut, reducing absorption. A 2022 study in Nutrients found that increasing soluble fiber intake by 10 grams daily lowered LDL by up to 7%. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into atherosclerosis, how it develops, why it's a silent threat, and why older adults are particularly vulnerable. Stick with us to learn how to protect your arteries. Here's a chilling fact. When your arteries begin to narrow, you might not notice a thing until a heart attack or stroke strikes. Atherosclerosis, the buildup of plaques in your arteries, is a stealthy process that can start in your 20s, but becomes a critical concern as you age. For those over 60, understanding this condition and its link to foods like organ meats is vital to staying healthy and active. How atherosclerosis develops. Atherosclerosis begins when LDL cholesterol seeps into the inner lining of your arteries. This triggers an inflammatory response, attracting immune cells that engulf the cholesterol, forming a fatty plaque. Over time, these plaques grow, incorporating calcium and other debris, which hardens them and narrows the artery's opening. The Cleveland Clinic compares this to rust clogging a pipe. Blood flow slows, and your heart has to work harder to pump blood to vital organs. As plaques build, they can also become unstable. If a plaque ruptures, it can trigger a blood clot that blocks the artery entirely, leading to a heart attack or stroke. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that atherosclerosis contributes to nearly 50% of heart attack deaths in Americans over 65, making it a leading threat for older adults. Why older adults are at risk. Aging naturally increases your vulnerability to atherosclerosis. As you age, your arteries lose elasticity, becoming stiffer and less able to handle plaque buildup. Your liver's ability to clear cholesterol also declines, allowing LDL to linger in your bloodstream. The National Heart, Lung and Blood Institute notes that after age 60, men and women face a 30 to 40% higher risk of advanced atherosclerosis compared to those in their 40s, even with similar cholesterol levels. Lifestyle factors compound this risk. Decades of eating high cholesterol foods like organ meats can accelerate plaque formation. Other risk factors, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, or smoking, further damage artery walls, making them more susceptible to LDL buildup. A 2020 study in The Lancet found that adults over 60 with multiple risk factors were up to 50% more likely to develop severe atherosclerosis than those with just one. What makes atherosclerosis so dangerous is its lack of symptoms. Unlike a broken bone or a fever, plaque buildup doesn't cause pain or discomfort until it's advanced. You might feel fine while your arteries narrow over years, only to face a sudden crisis when a plaque ruptures. The American College of Cardiology warns that up to 50% of people with atherosclerosis have no warning signs until a major event, like a heart attack, occurs. To illustrate, imagine a healthy artery as a wide, flexible highway, allowing blood to flow smoothly to your heart, brain, and other organs. Now picture an artery with atherosclerosis. The highway is narrowed, clogged with debris, and prone to sudden blockages. A 2019 study in Circulation found that older adults with high LDL levels were 40% more likely to have advanced atherosclerosis, with plaques occupying over 50% of artery space compared to those with lower LDL. Complications beyond the heart. Atherosclerosis doesn't just affect your heart. Narrowed arteries can reduce blood flow to your brain, increasing the risk of stroke or vascular dementia, which impairs memory and thinking. Poor circulation to your legs can cause peripheral artery disease, leading to pain, mobility issues, and even amputations in severe cases. The Alzheimer's Association highlights that vascular damage from atherosclerosis is a key contributor to cognitive decline in older adults, affecting up to 20% of those over 70. The role of organ meats. Organ meats, with their high LDL content, can accelerate this process. Regularly eating cholesterol-rich foods contributes to the steady buildup of plaques, especially in older adults whose bodies struggle to clear excess cholesterol. A 2021 study in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that diets high in cholesterol and saturated fats were linked to a 25% higher rate of plaque progression in adults over 60 compared to those following heart-healthy diets. The good news: atherosclerosis is preventable and manageable, even in your 60s and beyond. By understanding the risks of foods like organ meats, you can make informed choices to slow plaque buildup. Regular cholesterol checks, a balanced diet, and exercise can make a big difference. In the next section, we'll explore whether you need to eliminate organ meats entirely, or if there's a way to enjoy them safely. Now, let's tackle the million-dollar question. Do you need to ban organ meats from your kitchen forever? The answer lies in balance. Organ meats aren't villains. They're loaded with nutrients like vitamin A, B12, iron, and zinc, which are crucial for energy, immunity, and overall health, especially as you age. But their high cholesterol and saturated fat content mean they must be consumed thoughtfully, particularly for those over 60. The nutritional benefits. Let's give credit where it's due. Organ meats are among the most nutrient-dense foods you can eat. A 3-ounce serving of beef liver provides over 100% of your daily vitamin A needs, essential for vision and immune health. It also delivers 50% of your daily B12, which supports nerve function and prevents anemia, common concern for older adults. Iron in organ meats is highly bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs it efficiently, helping combat fatigue. Kidneys and heart offer similar benefits. Beef heart is rich in coenzyme Q10, an antioxidant that supports heart function, while kidneys provide selenium, which protects cells from damage. These nutrients are especially valuable for older adults who may face deficiencies due to reduced absorption or dietary restrictions. But here's the catch. Those same 3 ounces of liver pack 330 milligrams of cholesterol, and 5 grams of saturated fat, both of which raise LDL levels. Beef heart has about 200 milligrams of cholesterol, and kidneys clock in at 150 to 250 milligrams. Tripe, often used in soups, isn't much better, with around 150 milligrams per serving. For comparison, the dietary guidelines for Americans recommend keeping dietary cholesterol below 300 milligrams daily and saturated fat below 10% of total calories, about 22 grams for a tooth. Experts at the Mayo Clinic advise older adults to be especially cautious with cholesterol-rich foods. As we age, our liver's ability to regulate cholesterol declines, and our arteries become more susceptible to plaque buildup. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Cardiology found that adults over 60 who consumed high cholesterol diets had a 20% higher risk of developing new plaques compared to those who limited cholesterol intake. So can you still enjoy organ meats? Yes, but moderation is non-negotiable. The American Heart Association suggests limiting organ meats to 2 to 3 ounces once a week, about the size of a deck of cards. This allows you to reap their nutritional benefits without overloading your system with cholesterol. For example, a small serving of liver pate on whole grain toast paired with a fiber-rich salad can be a heart-smart choice. To further reduce risk, combine organ meats with cholesterol-lowering foods. Soluble fiber found in oats, barley, beans, and apples binds cholesterol in your gut, preventing absorption. A 2021 study in The Lancet showed that increasing soluble fiber intake by 10 grams, daily equivalent to a bowl of oatmeal or a cup of black beans, lowered LDL cholesterol by up to 10% over 3 months. Unsaturated fats, like those in olive oil or avocados, can also help by boosting HDL and reducing LDL. Heart-healthy alternatives. If you're looking to cut back on organ meats, plenty of alternatives deliver similar nutrients without the cholesterol. For iron and protein, try lean meats like turkey or plant-based options like lentils and chickpeas. A cup of cooked lentils provides 6.6 milligrams of iron, nearly half the daily need for women over 60, and 0 cholesterol. For B12, fortified cereals, nutritional yeast, or fatty fish like salmon are excellent choices. Salmon also offers omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and LDL. The American Heart Association recommends at least 2 3.5-ounce servings of fatty fish weekly to support heart health. For zinc, pumpkin seeds, almonds, and whole grains are great options. A quarter cup of pumpkin seeds delivers 2.3 milligrams of zinc, about 20% of the daily need for older adults. Vitamin A is abundant in sweet potatoes, carrots, and spinach, which also provide fiber and antioxidants to protect your arteries. Building a heart-healthy plate. To create a balanced diet, follow the plate method endorsed by the USDA. Fill half your plate with non-starchy vegetables like broccoli, zucchini, or leafy greens, which are low in calories and high in fiber. Reserve a quarter for lean proteins, such as poultry, tofu, or beans, and the final quarter for whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, or whole wheat pasta. This approach ensures you get a mix of nutrients while keeping cholesterol and saturated fat in check. For example, instead of a liver-heavy meal, try a grilled salmon fillet with a quinoa and kale salad drizzled with olive oil. Or whip up a lentil and vegetable soup seasoned with heart-healthy herbs like turmeric or rosemary. These meals are flavorful, satisfying, and kind to your arteries. Here are some actionable tips to incorporate into your routine. Read labels. When buying organ meats, check for added fats, like in sausages or pate, which increase saturated fat content. Cook smart. Grill, bake, or poach organ meats instead of frying to avoid extra fats. Portion control. Use a food scale to ensure servings stay at 2 to 3 ounces. Diversify your diet. Rotate proteins throughout the week. Fish one day, beans the next, to reduce reliance on organ meats. Talk to your doctor. If you have high cholesterol or heart disease, ask about personalized dietary limits. By treating organ meats as an occasional treat rather than a staple, you can enjoy their benefits while safeguarding your heart. In our final section, we'll wrap up with a heartfelt message and a call to take action today. Aging is a journey we all share, but it doesn't have to mean surrendering your health or your favorite foods. While we can't stop the clock, we can make choices that keep our hearts beating strong, allowing us to enjoy more moments with family, friends, and the activities we love. By understanding the risks of organ meats and their role in atherosclerosis, you're already taking a powerful step toward a healthier future. Let's recap the essentials. First, organ meats are packed with nutrients, but also loaded with bad cholesterol and saturated fats, which can fuel atherosclerosis. Second, atherosclerosis is a silent, progressive condition that poses a serious threat to older adults, narrowing arteries and raising the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and cognitive decline. Third, you don't have to eliminate organ meats entirely. Moderation, paired with heart-healthy alternatives like fish, beans, and whole grains, is the key to protecting your heart. These insights aren't just numbers or studies, they're a roadmap to living well in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. The National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute emphasizes that lifestyle changes like reducing dietary cholesterol and increasing fiber can lower your heart disease risk by up to 30%. That's a difference you can feel, whether it's more energy for a morning walk or the confidence that comes with knowing you're caring for your body. Small steps, big impact. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Small, intentional changes add up. Start by swapping one organ meat meal this week for a heart-healthy option, like a salmon and avocado wrap or a hearty lentil stew. Experiment with new recipes, maybe a quinoa salad with roasted vegetables or a smoothie with spinach and berries, to make healthy eating enjoyable. The American Heart Association suggests aiming for 25 to 30 grams of fiber daily, which you can get from 2 servings of vegetables, 1 serving of fruit, and a bowl of whole grain cereal. Regular checkups are also crucial. Schedule a cholesterol test at your next doctor's visit to know your LDL and HDL levels. If they're high, work with your healthcare provider to create a tailored plan, which might include dietary tweaks, exercise, or medication. A 2022 study in the New England Journal of Medicine found that adults over 60 who lowered their LDL by 20% through diet and lifestyle reduced their heart attack risk by 25% over 5 years. Exercise is another powerful tool. Even moderate activity, like a 30-minute walk 5 days a week, can boost HDL and lower LDL. The CDC recommends 150 minutes of moderate exercise weekly for older adults, which could be as simple as gardening, dancing, or water aerobics. Pair this with strength training, like lifting light weights or using resistance bands twice a week to support overall health. Think about what a healthy heart means to you. Maybe it's keeping up with your grandkids on a hike, dancing at a family wedding, or simply waking up each day with energy and clarity. Every bite you take is a chance to invest in those moments. Reducing organ meats and embracing heart-healthy foods isn't about sacrifice. It's about choosing vitality, longevity, and joy. Consider this: heart disease doesn't just affect you, it impacts the people who love you. By making smarter food choices, you're not only protecting your health, but also setting an example for your family. Share what you've learned today with a spouse, sibling, or friend. Cook a heart-healthy meal together, like a grilled fish taco night or a vegetable stir-fry. to make the journey fun and collaborative. Take one step today to prioritize your heart. Review your weekly menu. How often are organ meats showing up? Replace one meal with a fiber-rich low cholesterol alternative, like a chickpea salad or baked cod with roasted veggies. Visit your doctor to discuss your cholesterol levels and get personalized advice. And share this video with someone you care about, because a healthy heart is the greatest gift you can give each other at this stage of life. If this video resonated with you, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for more practical tips to thrive in your 60s and beyond. We're here to support you with science-backed advice and ideas to make healthy living simple and sustainable. Drop a comment below. Tell us one heart-healthy change you're excited to try, or a favorite recipe you'd like us to explore. Your story could inspire someone else. Your heart is the engine of your life, and it's never too late to care for it. Let's make every meal, every day, and every moment count.